Bridget Bartlett here. I am the local business marketing, training, and support specialist with Builderall. Let me make sure that I can see your comments and everything here. Cool. I'm bringing up this video. So, to catch you up, the last couple days, if you've missed the live training, we have actually, the first day we went through and looked for some PLR products that we could use to create a lead magnet funnel, which is the absolute best and cheapest way to get leads for your business. Even if you're running paid ads using a lead magnet to actually entice them to enter in their information is a great way and definitely will increase your conversions, okay? So we talked about how to create a PLR or find a PLR product. We also talked about how to actually create it using the new funnel builder. So if you missed the previous trainings, make sure to check the units section and catch up on those. But what I talked to you about is we already created the funnel, we have the lead magnet, we already created our email sequence, okay? But there's one more thing that we need to do to really complete this funnel. And what we need to do is actually dive into our Builderall back office, and we need to access our email autoresponder, which is Mailingboss. So we need to actually start editing this list. Hey, Kek. Hey, is it Nizama? I'm so sorry. I'm horrible with names. I think I say that every single time that I do a live. So what we want to do is we can access our list by going to the workflow here and choosing the workflow that we've been working on, which is the lead magnet funnel. So we can do that here. We can also go to our list section and just add the or edit the list there. But let's go ahead, since we're working on the workflow, let's go ahead and click here and update our list, okay? And by update, I'll show you what I mean. So let's click here to update list. And here's where basically you're going to choose all of the functions of the sequence that that we've created. And Nazima says that I said her name right. Yay, awesome. I love it. All right, so now here we are in the update your email list fields, okay? So you'll see that all of the options are basically, if you want to think of it as a menu, these are all on the top, and I just like to work my way from left to right, okay? So in the first section here, we have the name of our lead magnet funnel. We can add some tags here, which I'm not going to go too deep into that. There's lots of training on tags. I just want to make sure that you guys have enough information to make this funnel your own with your own emails and all of that. You do have some options here. You can click advanced. So we have the first choice here is to create a double or a single opt-in, and you can just simply toggle between the two here. The difference between a double opt-in and a single opt-in is basically a double opt-in will get you a much higher quality of list, okay? And that's because they have to complete 2 actions. That's why it's called double opt-in. So they need to enter their email in. They will go to a page that says, hey, go click the link in your email to confirm in the list, and that will definitely generate a higher quality list, because now you know when they have taken 2 steps to verify that they definitely want to be in your list, the chances of them opening your list and clicking on the links in your list are much, much greater than someone who just does a single opt-in. You know, if you have to do 2 steps to get the information that we're offering, then you definitely are someone who would be interested in our business. Choosing a single opt-in, to be quite honest, it looks better on your list, especially if you're running paid ads, because you're going to see a lot of things are not confirmed in your list. A lot of people opt in, but it'll say not confirmed. But those are the people you don't want anyway. Okay, because what's going to happen is, you know, people ask all the time, why are my emails ending up in the spam folder? And this is why, because you don't have a great reputation for your email list or your email address. So to get that great reputation, you need to let's say you send out 100 emails to people. You need to have a large percentage of those people opening the email. And then you need to have a large percentage of them clicking the links in the email. And what that does is that tells Yahoo and Gmail and all of the other email servers that your email is not a spammer, okay? That'll keep you out of the promotions folder, out of the spam folder, and that's the goal. So I always recommend using a double opt-in. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and just choose this as a double opt-in. We're not going to really talk too much about these sub redirects because I'm going to show you another way to do that I think makes it more clear. And then you can also choose a welcome email, but instead of choosing yes to add a welcome email, I just like my first email in the sequence, since it's going out immediately, I just like that to be my welcome email. Okay, so I'm just going to leave this as no, and we're just going to leave this stuff as is. If you want to put your name that your emails are coming from here, so I have my name here, but you could also have your business name if you chose. You could also choose from your sender emails. So these do have to be verified. If you're on a free account or you do not have a sender email, you can just use the default here. But again, when we're talking about building up the reputation of an email address, you definitely want to have your own professional email. It can't be a Gmail account. It needs to be a professional email attached to a domain. So you can have a reply to email if you want it to be the same, or if you don't want them to be able to reply, you can simply just type in no reply and then your domain name here. The subject, but I like to leave that blank. You can create tags with the list fields here. You can also send this data to the CRM. I always say send it to the CRM because even if you have never used the CRM and you have no idea what you would even use it for, start capturing that data. Okay, it's better to have too much information than not enough. So the next options here, we can actually send ourselves a notification. So every time someone subscribes, then we could actually have it send an email to us that says, hey, you have a new lead. Or you could just leave this blank. You can have it send when they unsubscribe or even confirm. We'll just go ahead and leave that blank. And you have some subscriber options. So you can check any of these boxes. So basically what you're doing is you're choosing the action that you want it to take when someone subscribes or when they unsubscribe. I definitely like if they unsubscribe from one list, I want them to unsubscribe from all lists, because the very last thing we want them to do is try to unsubscribe from our list and then they get another email from us and then now they just report us to spam. And again, that really damages our email reputation. Okay, so we have some more options here. Company details. Now, this is really important, okay, because there are two ways that you can change the company details. Every time you create a list, it's going to pull up your default company details. Now, you can change those up here in your profile. You can adjust the time zones here, but you can also click here, and then this is going to be where you enter your company details. All right, these are going to be your company details as the owner of your Mailingboss account. However, if you want to do email marketing for clients, or maybe you just have multiple businesses like I do, you definitely want to be able to change the company details per email list because you want it to represent that business that you're sending from. So if you want to change the company details for this list specifically, you can change that here, okay? So that's really important to fill out as well, because it's also going to be, it's required for one, but it's also going to be listed in the footer of your email. So that's really important to make sure that that information is up to date. Okay, so once we have saved all of this stuff here, we want to move on to the next list, or the next item in our menu. This is going to be the list of subscribers that we have in this list, okay? And you have some options here, but we don't have any subscribers, so we'll just move to the next section. Here's where you can choose segments. So if you want to send out a separate email to, people that have clicked maybe 5 links in your emails, or maybe that have a specific tag, you can do that here. And yesterday I talked about, when we created our email sequence, having the first name tag in the email, because that really personalizes it. I know that I would rather receive an email that says, hey Bridget, did you see the new whatever, than just hey friend, or just no name at all. in our minds, psychologically, we just like to see our personal name there. Okay. So right now, when you create an email list, automatically, the only field that it has as the default is just the email. But we actually want to have a name because we want to be able to use that name and have the tag for the name. Okay. But we have to create that first. So if you want to just click here we'll add a name. We'll actually just call this first name. We can have the tag F name. Let's go ahead and make it required because we do want this information. And we can have it visible on our email form. And I like to have this as the first field where it just says the name and then the email. So we can actually change the sort order here. So we'll make this the first field, and then we'll make the email the second field, and then we'll save. If I'm going through this quickly, it's because there is so much training on Mailingboss, and I don't want to bog you down with all of those things, okay? Because lots of people are very familiar with Mailingboss, but maybe just have some questions, and then other people are brand new. So if this is all overwhelming to you, please check the knowledge base and do that in-depth training with Mailingboss so that you get a full understanding of how all this works. But you can see it's very simple to follow, okay? So we'll just go ahead and we'll move on to the next section here, which is the pages. And this is a really important part because this is what confuses everyone, okay? And before I dive too deep into this, let me explain these other the other three tabs here, and then we'll come back to this. So you also have this forms section. So if you want to just embed this form to go to this list, you can do it here with this code, and there's the iframe. And if you want to create an unsubscribe form, you could do that here as well. If you want to import a list and it is less than 1,000 contacts, you can do that here. If it's more than 1,000, you'll have to get that approved. They're very protective of the email servers, and we want to definitely make sure that if you're uploading a list of 1 million email lists, that it's not a bunch of spam that's going to crash the servers and all of that. So you can also export your list. So if you ever just want to download your entire list, you can do that here. So let's go back to the pages. And this section here, this is going to be all of the pages that have to do with your email. And when I say pages, I mean basically a link. You have to click something to go to this page. And the emails are what's going to be sent, okay? So whatever is in this section here is going to be inside of an email, and whatever's in this section here is going to be where they have to click to go to a page. So it has a link attached to it, okay? So we have the subscribe form. We have the pending subscribe. Now, pending subscribe is what a lot of you guys see, or the update profile. The update profile is really ugly. And basically, if someone's opted into your list and then they go to opt in again, they're going to go to this update profile. And I want to show you how to change that. Back in the beginning, when I said, in this section here, I said this is really kind of confusing. I want to show you an easier way. This is what I'm talking about here, okay? So the pending subscribe is going to be the email that you're confirm your email, okay? So what we need to do, since we have created a page for the confirm your email, let's go back here to our Builder All dashboard, and let's actually access our sales funnel. Actually, I have it open here. And we just want to put the link to our email confirm page there, okay? So let's go ahead and we're just going to grab this link, because what we want to tell Mailingboss is, instead of sending them to this ugly page here, we want them to be sent here, all right? So let's just save that now. And we also, if we go back to pages, we want the subscription confirm page to be our final page, which is the download. So what this means so far, they have filled out the form on our opt-in page. They have gone to the pending subscribe page, and then after they have confirmed their email, they're going to go to this page, okay? Now, if they go to this page twice, the second time, it's going to send them to this page, because basically what it's saying is if you're opting in the second time, you must want to update something, okay? So what we can do is go back to our sales funnel, and we want the download page, which is the final page they get to after they've taken the 2 steps to get what we're offering them. We want to just copy that, and we can go back here to Mailingboss, and we can just do the same thing. So let's go ahead, we'll click here to subscription confirmed, and this is what they would normally see, but obviously that's really ugly. So let's just go ahead and paste the link to our own customized download page, and we'll click save and next. Now let's also go to the update profile, and let's go ahead and change that link as well. And we'll go ahead and paste, and then save as next. So let's go back to pages. Okay, so we've done everything that we pretty much need to do here. If you wanted to create a separate page for the unsubscribe, you could actually do that. And sometimes people like to do that and basically do a survey, like, why are you unsubscribing? Maybe give them a second opportunity to resubscribe. Maybe they did it by mistake. Sometimes you can offer them a bonus for staying on your list. So there's lots of options. And we do have the capability of creating a custom unsubscribe form, but in our sales funnel that we created here, we did not do that. And to be quite honest, I don't typically do that. I just let the default form, or what you can do is click here, and then you can customize what's already here if you really wanted to do that. Okay, so let's go back here, and we can also customize the emails that are being sent out. So if you click here, you see the first thing that I definitely want to do is, this is the email that's going to be sent to them that says, hey, confirm your email. Okay, so this is what is going to compel them to take that second action. And so this is a really important part. Now, do we want it looking this ugly? No. So also something else about this is it's going to say, because it has the auto tag here of our list name, what it's actually going to say when they receive this is, please click here in order to confirm your subscription on the list lead magnet funnel. Now, you know, if you received an email that said that, you would not click here. You would not confirm. So what you can actually do is just take this auto tag out if you want to. And you can change this to say, click here in order to receive your awesome, we don't need to capitalize that, awesome TikTok marketing guide. So that's a little bit more compelling. You could also add an image up here if we wanted to put our email header, and if we wanted to change any of this stuff, we could do all of that, okay? But for the training purposes today, so I don't take up all your time, we'll just go ahead and leave that as is, so it will serve the purpose, and we'll just go ahead and click Save and Next. If you go back to pages, you can also customize any of these things if you wish, but right now we have done everything that we really need to do. Now, I do get a lot of questions sometimes. People say, you know, I don't understand what I did, and I changed these things, and I don't understand. There's another place that you can verify that everything is connected correctly, and that's going to be on the opt-in page. If you click here to edit, and then you go to your actual form here, you can left click in the box and go to set links. So let me do that again. And then you can verify that these are the correct links and where they need to go. So subscribe pending, that needs to be the link to your confirmation page. And then subscribe confirm, that needs to be the list to your download page. Now, if you did have a custom unsubscribe confirm page, then you would want to put that link here. But if there's nothing here, then it's just going to be the default. If any of these need changed, you can just left click here, and then you can choose the page that you want it to be. Okay, so it looks like ours are good. We can even verify here since they have that long domain there, and that looks good. So this should all function properly. So that's all you guys have to do to have your entire list and everything set up for you. So this is why PLR is so powerful, especially when you're a beginner, because, maybe you don't have any idea about PLR. You have no idea what to give away. And there's PLR products in every niche and every topic that you could possibly have. And so when you're choosing your PLR, you just want to have your audience in mind so that you are putting something in front of them that they cannot resist. Okay. You have to think about, if you're putting this on social media, you have to, we're scrolling through our social media. We see hundreds and hundreds of ads a day. You want this to be something that is so compelling that they can't resist getting it. Okay. We would definitely want to add some more benefits of why they can't resist this guide, different things like that. But this is the basic structure of a funnel. You guys could take this funnel, you could customize it, you could totally add new email, duplicate it, and then add a new ebook, and then add a new email sequence. So it's all set up for you still. So lots of possibilities, guys. Let me know if you have any questions in the chat, and I will be happy to answer them for you. And don't forget, this is all I wanted to show you today. That was really, really fast because it's a pretty simple process. Thank God, right? So because it's so simple, you can easily replicate this so many times. But don't forget, tomorrow is Q&A Friday, so come loaded with your questions. I'll be here 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time every day. And until then, go build it with Builderall.